Hi Michal, long time since we saw any of your pictures, but really excited. Look at this. This is amazing. This is fantastic. Look at these pictures. Look at this portfolio. Wow, you have become a truly talented photographer. This is high level photography. Excellent. Excellent. You must be very, very proud of yourself. Amazing. Thank you for being successful. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so hello. I really gained a lot of knowledge from this course, so thank you. It's my pleasure. I was not able to complete the homework, but I sent in a bunch of photos. Okay, I understand that you'll only critique a few. I'll try and go through as many as I can. I have the Canon 6D with 85 1.8 lens. I sent it to Canon twice for calibration, but my pictures are still not pinched up. Am I focusing wrong? Thank you, Michal. Okay. So look, I'll tell you how I see it without worrying about your feelings, in that I'm going to tell you what I think the MS is of this camera. Okay, the 6D, I originally had the 5D Mark 1. I wore that out. I went to the 5D Mark 2. I wore that out. I had a 5D Mark 3, two of them. I wore one of them out. Now I'm with the 5D Mark 4 and the 5D Mark 3. So I know the 5D series very well. So you've got the 6D. Okay, the 6D is basically a 5D Mark II. That's basically what it is. And the biggest improvement of the 5D Mark II to the 5D Mark III was the focusing system and the way the like logistics of the focusing system, the access and the how would you say that, the ease of use of the focusing system. It's just far, far superior. With the 85mm 1.8 lens, you have a very, very, very shallow depth of field, and you need absolute precision focusing. Now, the 6D, I'm sure, will be precise when you're focusing using the center point. However, you don't have super quick access to move your point around. Now, when you're focusing, you hold the shutter halfway down, then you recompose your frame, okay? You focus, recompose, and shoot. Now, that's fine when you don't have a teeny weeny depth of field. However, when you have a micro depth of field, and you get your focus, then you recompose your frame. As you recompose your frame, you usually knock the focus out. Okay, so I saw with the 5D Mark II that I couldn't use it with the 85mm 1.8 because it was too inconsistent. I was getting maybe 1 out of 5 shots sharp, and I know other photographers with the exact same issue. With the 5D Mark III or 5D Mark IV, it included this little button here. It's really a joystick. So I can now move, and you'll see me, if you see me using this camera with the 85mm, I'm using this every single shot. I'm composing my frame, then I'm moving the focus point to where I want focus, and then I take my shot. So I'm not focusing, recomposing, and shooting, okay? So I personally think that it's not a problem. It's not a defect in your camera, but it's the actual camera itself, and that is why I do not recommend the 6D to buy. So I'm sorry if, like, I don't know what you're going to do with this information, but that's my thoughts on the 6D. I do not recommend that camera. But what you're going to have to do to work with it, because I'm assuming you're not just going to go and sell it and buy a 5D Mark III or Mark IV, is you have to practice basically and work out how to engineer the odds. If you can move your focusing point, which is by your camera, it's a little bit more involved than on the 5D Mark III and Mark IV. But if you can move the focusing point and then take your picture, that's going to be much better. Otherwise, take lots of pictures focusing on different places and try and engineer the odds like that. That's my thoughts on the 6D with the 85mm 1.8 lens. Okay, that said, let's look at these gorgeous pictures. Okay, so you've obviously, I mean, I can see that you're, this is a bit of a rough job on Lightroom, but I can see that, where's your focus? Your focus is here. I mean, it's good enough. It's for sure good enough. It could be that it's a teeny little bit deeper than what it should be. But this is beautiful. We've got beautiful, it's beautifully adhering to the rule of thirds. Okay, the face is beautifully in the middle here. We've got this lovely movement. There's, well, the way the face has gone, we've got this beautiful movement this way, but then we've got the movement this way as well. Pin sharp eyes, great, nothing distracting in the background. Excellent, lovely picture. Okay, again, beautiful, beautiful. I think does this help or hinder? That should have been broken away, I think. Maybe not. Posing wise, the pose is beautiful. Got a nice, cute circle around here. Comes down probably by the legs even. Heads are close together. This arm is helpful, bringing us in. Yeah, maybe it'd be better if this shoulder was towards us a teeny weeny little bit, maybe. Great separation between background and foreground. I cannot see your stats, so I can't comment on your stats. So I also didn't see the stats here as well. So I can't comment on the stats. You've placed them in a really lovely place. The sun, although is spilling onto the side here, it must be there's some kind of light cloud cover or something, because it isn't too much of a big deal. The fact that the hair's spilling there, be careful, hairs like this, okay? You are held accountable for that kind of thing. Excellent, great shot. Okay, now this is a beautiful picture. This is beautifully posed, it really is. But you have to be careful that shooting at f2 with a kid in the front here, I think, is a slight mistake. The fact that things are so close to the bottom isn't really a big deal. I'll explain to you why. That our path around the frame comes along his arms here. That creates our line. Back here, beautiful. These hands are beautifully placed. This hand is nicely placed. She's beautifully placed, moving in this way. We've got a triangle over here as well. That is a beautiful pose. That is a beautiful pose. I would put this picture on my website personally. Beautifully posed. I'm just wondering what we could do about this little boy. Maybe we could push him further back. I wonder if he could go any further back. Not sure. Also, you should make sure you get rid of the chromatic aberration, which happens with the lens that you have. It's very, very easy. Maybe I'll show you how to do that in Lightroom, but you can see chromatic aberration is this purple line, this fringing that takes place between black and a strong black and a strong white when you're using a very wide aperture. But it's very, very easy to get rid of in Lightroom. I'll show you afterwards. This is a great shot. This really is a great shot. If this little boy wasn't here, it would be a perfect shot. Although he adds as well. He definitely adds. There's a great shot. I take back what I said about the little boy. This is just a great shot. Beautifully posed. Great smiles. Great eye contact. Fantastic. Excellent. Michal, excellent. You've become a talented photographer. Okay. Again, I can't see your stats. The focus is good enough. Focus is good enough. It looks to me that it's a teeny little bit forward, it does have a micro adjustment that you can mess with, but you can go onto YouTube and look up micro adjustment on the 6D. It should give you some good ideas. But this is just good, solid, commercially viable portrait photography. You've got great smiles, great eye contact, technically completely sound, nothing distracting in the background. You're completely show lit over the space. There's no extraneous space whatsoever. It's beautifully balanced, as we've learned. The eye should be above center because you're moving downwards. Excellent. This is excellent, Michal. Excellent. Again, another great shot. Another great shot. Yamin Moshe. It's all the same family. These are different families. But this is great. There's a lot of attitude. I think, although it's not such a big deal, I would leave enough room to have their feet in the picture as opposed to cut out. The truth is, your saving grace is this line along here. That line along here saves the fact that the feet are cut off, so you've gotten away with that. You've basically got a strong triangular shape here. You've created these two kind of key I like the energies moving that way and she's her own thing, and then you've got the energies moving inwards. Yeah, it's a very intelligent image. It's great. It's really great. This is really sound, excellent photography. Give yourself a big pat on the back. And in regards to the editing, I can't even see if you've edited, which is the key. That is great. Now let's look at stats. 400 ISO, 200th of a second, 2.5, good, bad or perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Amazing. I would be using exactly these stats. Exactly. Might be in my camera. I'd maybe be at like 640 ISO and go a little quicker, but these are perfect. Excellent, excellent stuff. Psh. Michal, excellent. I must say as well, I do love your logo. I think that's excellent. I think that's great. I think I would maybe I would write the photography a little bit more professional, like a little bit more. Like I love this expressive Michal Shaw, but then it feels to me that it's a little bit babyish the way you've written photography here. I would basically give it a similar kind of font, but just that it should be completely like perfect, because I think that goes with your perfect kind of photography. It's very technically sound, very clean. It's our system that we've taught you. It's our system. So that's my thoughts on your signature. Excellent. Again, where are we holding focus wise? The focus is fine. I love the movement here. The background is great. In regards to placement of your subject, so I think that I would crop maybe a teeny weeny little bit, and I'll explain to you why I wouldn't go with a third. I'd probably turn like that. I wouldn't go with a third because you've got movement here, but then with all this hair, you've got movement going back that way. So I feel that is really the balance. I really feel that's balanced. Okay. Got great triangle over here. Again, great separation between background and foreground. Nothing distracting in the background. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, slightly underexposed. She looks like she's got very dark skin anyway, but I would brighten her face a little bit. Lovely. I love that. I don't know how much you got involved in creating the colours and all the different stuff, but it's beautiful. The fact that the balloons are going over her head does not add anything. It would have been better, I think, if they were more over in that direction, but I understand that's difficult to do with balloons that are blowing around. Nice pose. I can't see your stats again, but from seeing the stats that you've shot until now, I'm assuming that everything's going to be good. Okay, this is fine. Like I said, this is definitely not helping the fact that she's covered by these balloons. So that's a little bit distracting, and it doesn't allow for your subject to pop out. The actual composition, though, is very nice. You've got a strong triangle over here, and then her composition as well. It's something like that. Excellent. Okay, it's quite nice. This is definitely Yamin Moshe. Again, I can't see your stats. But I can see that you probably misfocused slightly and you sharpened a little bit in post. It's nice and bright. I do like the movements going inwards. That's great. Then this arm is like this. It's interesting because her body's moving this way. It could be that I would have her bring her shoulder a little bit further forward, maybe. And I personally, although you've used it really well, this bar here, it's being used very nicely posing wise. I feel that it doesn't have such graphical content, but I feel that you got more than what you lost by using that. The light is nice. The space, I might be thinking about leaving a bit more space above and cropping in. It could be I would be thinking about doing some kind of crop, like something like this, like very close, and then all the way up, like up off the top of the screen kind of thing, and put them more into the bottom of the frame. Maybe you could try something like that. But again, good, solid, commercially viable portrait photography. Excellent. Okay, again, I don't have stats. This time you nearly nailed the focus. Just a teeny weeny bit off again. But as I said, I think that's the issue. I would be taking a picture like this for sure in a landscape orientation. Okay, remember landscape, horizontal lines are more relaxed. vertical lines more dynamic. So by giving, I would extend this out a little bit this way and a little bit this way. That would give you a more relaxed like feeling that would go better with this baby than the portrait orientation. Okay, again, a good shot, technically perfect. Technically, this is high level, high skilled professional photography. Excellent. Beautiful. This could be my favorite picture so far. Excellent. Excellent shot. Excellent shot. Let's have a look. So we've got a beautiful triangle here. Hand is beautifully placed over there, giving a movement this direction. And you have offset it beautifully with the gaze going in that direction, which has given it's added a kind of tension that really, I think really what helps this tension make sense is his hair, the colour of his hair and the texture of his hair has got a real fire to it. And by having him looking in this direction with this beautiful pose moving in this direction, you've ended up with a beautiful portrait of this little boy. A beautiful portrait. Generally, it doesn't work to have eyes in the very corner of the sockets, but in this case, it does. And I take my hat off to you, Michal. I really do. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Look, I'm going to just I'm not going to take anything into Photoshop today. I'm going to just look at your pictures here. Again, this is just really good quality photography. This is such a pleasure for me to see that you followed our instructions and you have gone from, let's have a look 1 second. Let me find out let's have a look what you were doing all those weeks ago. Michal Shaw. Oh, where's your stuff? 1 second. Oh, it's from so long ago. Where is it? I don't even have your pictures. I would love you to send me your... Oh, did you send them to me from before? I can't find the pictures that you took at the beginning, but I would love it if you would send me a bunch of pictures from the beginning or to see your progress through, because you have attained a exceptionally high level of natural light photography. Fantastic. We're right now in the throes of creating our flash course, so we'll let you know about that. But this is just a pleasure, an absolute pleasure. You've got a beautiful circle around here, but within that we've got this beautiful triangle as well. Lines moving in here, well placed hands. The legs tilting inwards also creates this beautiful shape. We've just got the heads are beautifully placed together. Triangle over here. That is just a geometric pleasure. Absolutely. To be super picky, maybe she could turn, maybe not, no, I don't know. This bit here, this is a little bit annoying, but it's so slight. Excellent, Michal, excellent. Okay, this is my least favourite of all your pictures. That is clumsy. That should be in the middle of here. I understand it's difficult with the little baby, but that isn't in the right place. It shouldn't be intersecting with this triangle over here. It's overexposed. You've missed the focus. I can't see your stats. Oh, there's your focus. Your focus is over here, too far forward. But this is one of those wow kind of pictures, because it looks like it could have been excellent, but you just kind of missed it. I think the baby should basically be over here with her hat like this. I think that would be a better shot. Having the cake in its own place, maybe moved a little bit over here, this over here. Her hat should be in the middle there. I think that would have added to the picture. Okay. Wow. Okay, Michal. Bravo. Bravo. Fantastic. I am so inspired to see what you have done. Amazing. Okay. Thank you for taking the ball and running with it yourself and scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. Looking forward to staying in touch, seeing your progress further, and we will keep you posted about all the stuff that we're coming out with. That will be soon, probably just after Sukkot. There's going to be a lot of stuff available, and excellent. Keep up the good work. All the best.